I would like to give you an example here of how to get feedback on a term paper draft in Desire to Learn. So if you were to log into your course, you will find, of course, a homepage, and Desire to Learn would be your courses, and they would be your course listed. If you click on your course, you'll have all the content. And to get feedback, since you dropped your paper off in Dropbox, you will go to Dropbox to get that. Here I have then a draft 2 paper. In most cases you may be looking at a draft 1 or 2. The specific score you earned on the rubric here. This example paper obviously didn't do very well. The number of submissions, if you submitted more than one version of the paper, there will be more than one here. And then there would be feedback here once we have provided feedback on a paper. If you were to click on the view, there are several ways in which we provide feedback. You may want to look at all of them. In some cases we will give you some kind of feedback, in other ways others. The first place you want to look at, of course, is this report here. Click on report and it'll open the turn it in window. First thing you will see is at the top it shows your originality, and it shows you to the extent to which the paper you submitted is original. In this case you can see this paper has several pieces that comes from other documents. Just to give you an idea of what I'm looking for, here we have some flagging of data that comes from other papers, but there's a citation, so that will not bother me. That'll be fine if you have a clear citation there. In some cases you will find that a sentence may get flagged, but in this case it looks like it's just maybe coincidence that this sentence exactly looks like another one, and I will probably accept that. Now if there is a block paper here that obviously includes data that does not have a citation, that is going to be a problem and you need to fix that. In terms of feedback that we may have provided in your paper, you may want to click on grade mark. Grade mark will list any feedback we provided in markup on the document. So here you see there's some missing punctuation. There is a suggestion here that you may want to delete that phrase because it's really not necessary. Here is a problem with citation, and it suggests where you can get some information on specific citation formats, and some comments. Here I'm asking if this is the thesis. It appears to be a thesis, but it's not one of the assigned topics. So you may find some feedback on your paper provided in this tool. Another easy way to know if you gotten some feedback is if you look on the feedback page and you click on this button here. It'll tell you on each page how many comments there are, and so that's the fastest way to know if there's any feedback on your paper, if there's anything listed there. Now, to go back to the Dropbox for your assignment, you find your paper. There's the report we just checked, and below it you'll find the rubric, and it'll tell you exactly how you're scored on the rubric, what level you're scored on each one of the dimensions of clarity, precision, relevance, breadth, and logic. And in terms of the rubric that you got for this course, it tells you what is missing. If you scroll further down, you will find some very specific feedback using the rubric and some suggestions on what you may need to do. For instance, in this case, it suggests that you contact the JRA for the class as soon as possible and schedule time to review your paper. This is obviously the case because the sample paper scored very low on the rubric. But it also tells you some other things you may want to look at in terms of improving your paper. In some cases, what you will find is maybe markup on the document, and other, as we looked at it a few minutes ago, or you will find at the bottom an attached file. And if you were then to click on that link, it'll open that file. Of course, this will look a little bit different if you were to be in a Windows environment. But then it'll have a copy of your document with suggested changes. Missing period there. Again, here you see some comments that I made about this being a thesis, and that it is not really referred to the topic. So those are two different ways in which you may find feedback on your paper, either with an attached file or going to report and find the feedback there here in grade mark. So those are two different ways you can get some feedback on your paper. Hope this is useful, and see you in class next time.